Namaste, my name is Sanat Kumar. Welcome back to the Manana podcast. Manana is a Sanskrit word that means reflection or contemplation. In this podcast, I'll be sharing my deep, insightful reflections for you to contemplate and hence live a life of fulfillment. I hope you find great value in today's episode. Let me remind you again. Every blog of mine, and hence these episodes, which are derived from those blogs, are the result of the knowledge I've acquired by various means. But more than that, and most importantly, it's the offspring of my seemingly everlasting contemplation. That is, reflections, insights that are based on various experiences of my life. And resistance is one of them. I've experienced resistance, especially as an artist. I'm sure you too have experienced it. And the reason I wrote this blog on January 9th, 2022 was it was what I was experiencing and I realized something after that. Okay, I'll start with telling you about what is resistance first. Well, I came to know about the term resistance when I read the book War of Art by Stephen Pressfield. I think I read that book in June of 2021. It's basically the opposite force or the drive that you feel whenever you want to do something meaningful, something you know you have to do, right? You will feel that. Well, until then, yes, I hadn't heard anything about it anywhere, especially articulated in that way, but I knew the feeling and I connected to the book as soon as I read about it because as I was experiencing, I had something to connect to. And I know you too have already experienced what is the resistance and the feeling of resistance. It's a feel before you're going on the stage to perform, or it's the feel that drags you to bed when last night you've decided to wake up early and study from tomorrow, or it's the feeling before and after you make art. The self doubt, procrastination, perfectionism, overthinking, self beating, mental talks, and many things. These are all just resistance taking many forms. It can take many forms because all it cares about is to stop you from doing the meaningful. And that being said, I hope you now resonate with the feeling that's resistance. I'll come to the core of this episode. We need to fight the resistance for sure. And I'm always trying to come up with strategies and techniques to trick my brain to beating the resistance without even knowing it. Starting a new project and finishing it before it's ready. That is before the resistance starts to beat me down and telling me that work isn't good enough. So these are all the things I do because I know that, as I already told, it just wants to stop you from growing. It will use your weakness to do it. It doesn't care for your growth. But the core of this episode is that it's this surprising solution to beating resistance. And that is sometimes it becomes very hard to beat resistance that you lose every commitment you've made to yourself. Your life starts to go haywire. And all you've got to do is this. First of all, be aware of resistance and its doings and then let go. Yes, that's right. You let go into wherever the resistance want you to go for a short period of time, maybe a week or a few, and then sneak out of it. When it's happy, you're spoiled. And I'll have to caution you may slip for years if you're not aware. The other thing I should tell you is the reason I call it it is not because it has its own entity. Your ego itself is the resistance. I articulated that way so that you can understand better what I'm trying to convey. When I wrote this blog, I was experiencing resistance and I could say it almost beat me for 1 or 2 weeks. But then I realized this surprising solution. I was trying so hard to overcome the resistance that, as Stephen Pressfield mentions, it empowers resistance when you do that. When we try to, forcefully remove resistance. When we are trying too hard to overcome the resistance. Yes, you can say it also holds good for Newton's third law. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction, right? F1 is equal to minus F2, right? So just let go with the resistance, with awareness, and after that, sneak into your studio and start working. I hope you received excellent value in today's episode. To know more, head over to sanatkumarnabi.com, and if you haven't already, check out my book, The Flower of Fulfillment. Thank you for listening, and I wish you have a great day.